That would not be the first time the Israelis have threatened that. They threatened that in 1973. So it's been over 50 years of the same threat. Do you believe that that's a real threat? Do you think Israel would use nuclear weapons in Iran?
At the last resort, possibly, but not before. No, I don't think so. I think it would be very much a last resort. But, Israel is becoming less. I've been writing for some years to say that, it's no longer possible to see and understand a large segment of the Israeli population through secular rationalist lenses, which we tend to do. We have to look at it through eschatological ideas and see what they are looking to. And there you see, you take a minister like Smotrich. I remember 6-7 years ago, him saying, this is the plan. We're going to get rid of all of the Palestinians, all of the Arabs out of the territories, but we require one thing. This was 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago, and he said, we're missing one thing. We need a big crisis or a major war to finish off this project. In other words, there is a large segment that are not frightened of Armageddon, but actually are looking forward, because this is the path to redemption in this view. So there's no point saying to them, as we in Europe do said, well, it doesn't make any sense to provoke a big war. It makes absolute sense if you're an eschatological, a messianic believer to do these things. So, we have to try and understand it in these terms too, I think. And there is the danger, the sort of eschatological, the messianic theme that is present, has been predicted that it would be present, and has gripped probably more than half of Israelis, the sense of Amalek, that they are fighting the war of Amalek. And this is going to lead to eventually to Armageddon and redemption.
Given that, how do you understand the pressure from Israel on the United States to continue fighting Russia? It's very clear now, it's always been clear, but it's rarely spoken in public in the U.S., that Israel and its advocates in the U.S. have been the prime drivers of the Ukraine war, pushing the United States to fund Ukraine in a fight against Russia and Putin. Why? What is the thinking there? What's the strategy behind that, do you think?
I think it's the same people, and it's the same supremacist thinking. The idea of control, and there is, I think, in the case of Russia, great ancient resentments. Dating back, first of all, to the failed attempt of the Bolsheviks to institute a society that ended all reliance on family, community, religious, to create people as just units in a society, in a sort of technocratic society. That failed, and then Stalin was instrumental in, as they believe it, in killing many of those people who largely were originally, many of them came from the US and were Trotskyists.